The human anus.
It's always it's all about the ass.
It has to be about the ass. The human anus can take up to 7 inches before getting damaged. Right?
Length or like diameter?
I presume diameter because 7 inches length, like
I've taken 7 inches in the ass.
yeah, who hasn't?
Length.
Tell me who hasn't. But diameter, 7 inches in diameter, a human person can take without getting damaged. But a raccoon can fit into a space as small as 4 inches.
Like
So
a whole raccoon.
a full-grown raccoon can fit into 4 inches of space diameter.
So you get a raccoon in your hole.
100%.
That's fact.
That's a fact, baby.
Have you ever seen a raccoon?
In real life?
Yeah.
No. I know they're big. Like they're big rodents. Like they're
big
like
motherfuckers.
yeah, they're equivalent of what like a big cat
Yeah.
or a big dog, even like a medium-sized dog.
No, I would say like a big cat.
A big cat. Yeah,
A large cat.
you could fit one up your bum if you try it hard enough. But also,
My bollocks.
presumably, right, your
What do you mean
arsehole.
you could fit? They can obviously retreat themselves in.
Well, they're gonna have to go a little bit like armadillo style. Like, do you know what I mean? They're gonna have to go.
They're not sliding in like they're going down a slide, like a tube of, like, you know what I mean? Like a fucking.
No, they're not going full length raccoon into your arsehole. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like
Like,
little tunnels in the place. They're not sliding through or nothing.
and even still, they're not rolling themselves into a ball and fitting themselves up. They obviously have to squeeze themselves in
It's
to
because like
meet the demands of their surroundings.
because of their body, I would assume. Like they can go
What do you mean?
they can go flat, or they can like manipulate themselves. Like, do you know the way like a mouse can go completely flat
Yes.
and go under your like the crack of your door.
It's more like cartilage than
they've got-
bone type thing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
they've got like a spine and nothing else. Well, I'm sure they have more than they have to have a stomach and
a nose.
so what?
Well, like that is literally it. Like, but there's no ulterior motive for my fact. But I do have a situation where, yes, the the raccoon could fit up to your hole, or you could fit up to 7 inches in diameter without getting damaged. But how much practice does it take to get your hole into that scenario? Like, do you know what I mean? You cannot just
Can't go full raccoon immediately.
no way. You're gonna have a practice raccoons. Like, obviously, you can't just throw a raccoon up there. A few practice raccoons, but how many practice raccoons? Like,
What?
a few.
How do you get a practice raccoon? You obviously
I'm
get
sure you can order a few practice raccoons. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But even still, like in Ireland, you can't get raccoons.
Right.
You just
Think
can't. Like,
about
try
it.
it.
Do you know like rabbits?
Yeah, that's
They'd
not
be
a raccoon,
double
like.
the size of a rabbit.
Yeah, so you could probably fit 2 rabbits
2 rabbits for 1 raccoon.
in your hole.
And
so
then we're ready.
that whole
Get
thing-
1 rabbit going first, and then we talk about the raccoon.
But that whole thing about Richard Gere putting a hamster up his arse
See, that's what I was thinking about.
just seems like child's play now, doesn't
yeah.
it?
It's like that's pebbles.
Yeah, you could have had a full family of hamsters up his arse, like.
Yeah.
Well, not up there, but like at once.
You could have a little train in them.
Yeah, but that's length? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, well, then you can put them in a bag,
what you mean?
vacuum seal the bag, and then
And
it'd
put
be
them
like a
up
little ball.
as a like as a.
But
as
that's
a
the case, then you can fit a football up your hot. Well, not really. I think it's more like they can bend and.
I feel, yeah,
adapt
they
to
can
the,
adapt
like-
to the surroundings, but
Yeah.
a football is surely not
A flat
7
ball, a
inches.
flat ball. You could probably
like a deflated ball. like-
yeah, like the one you get in the shop before you pump it up.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Imagine going into JD Sports or fucking one of them.
Do you want this?
Do you want that pumped up?
No, just stick it in me.
No, I'll go into the changing room for a sec first.
Well, yeah.
For
do you
what?
want-
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Have
Do
you
you want
got
that pumped up? Which? What you mean?
You can try pump it up when it's in there.
Yeah. Well, oh no.
Yeah.
But this is it, right? This is the thing. And how do we always come to
The
that?
anatomy's savage.
I know I'm always the person that brings it
Yeah,
up.
you bring up like
But-
a lot of anal stuff, man.
I do bring up a lot of anal stuff, and it's quite interesting to me because I am not a fan of anal play whatsoever with myself. obviously, I'm not like, I know, yeah, we won't even get into it. You gave out to me last time I said it, but I know you're into anal play. But, but I'm not into it at all. So it fascinates me, like, that your arsehole could take that much stress before giving out. Like, do you know what I mean? And even like if you're homosexual, or even if you're not homosexual, if you're just getting pegged or whatever the fuck, you have to have a threshold.
I guess it's like anything else. Like
there's a
you
threshold.
work it. You know what I mean? You stretch it, manipulate
Like you feed it in, like you feed it in.
Yeah, like well,
Like
I mean,
you do the whole like fake fart thing.
It's not like bone structure. It's organ. It's
Muscle.
yeah. You can move it. You can
Retract, extract, that type of bit.
yeah.
Like when you're trying to let out.
I think after a while, then eventually it'll just widen, loosen. I don't know, man.
But not after practice. Like surely your arsehole just doesn't widen unless you're putting stuff up there. Like, do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
of course, yeah.
you have to work it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I accept that. I found that very interesting. That
A raccoon can fit into a 4-inch space, but your arse can take 7.
yes, 100%.
Not the average person's arse, obviously.
Well, it possibly could after a bit of practice. This is the practice.
That's what I'm saying. An unpracticed hole.
What did you get up to? We haven't recorded since February, and then we sent our episode out in March.
And we've just been in hiding.
Doing our own thing since.
Yeah, you've been cheating on me with your own little podcast. You little
I've only done one episode of the other podcast, which was actually
yeah. Well, we barely do episodes of this anymore. Like.
yeah. But the first episode of that podcast was recorded before we even finished season 3.
Yeah, it was actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, we recorded that in January. I just didn't release it.
Yeah, we're brutal. But
We are brutal. Holy shit!
Up to
What's been going on? Like, what's been the
West Ham are massive everywhere to go.
West? Yeah,
Everywhere we go.
Jar Bones on fire. Annie Shag and Danny Dore.
Both of them, I think, at this stage.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Whoa.
Ugh.
Fuck it.
Yeah, just like West Ham won the Europa Conference League, first trophy since the 80s.
1980. Won the
1980.
Mars.
What?
FA Cup.
FA Cup
I
1980.
think we won the Cup Winners' Cup after that.
Mm.
Which is like
The Super Cup.
yeah, basically. I think like domestic cups and league winners. No, domestic cups from around Europe go into like you're straight into like a semi-final. Like, do you know what I mean? Say you win like the Italian FA Cup, basically their version of it. Spanish, whatever, German. I think it's like 4 teams against each other. You play 2 matches, and if you win,
so it's an easier.
I'd nearly call it.
Your chances
I'd
are.
nearly call it a pre-season tournament cup.
Your chances are fairly decent. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't. Winning
a
the
trophy,
actual
it's
FA
not a
Cup
major
over
trophy.
it. Like, do you know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
like. Well, you do have to qualify because you to win your domestic cup to get it, but you know what I mean. Like,
it's like us with the Super
the
Cups
last
and
one
the
though is
fucking
though, yeah, the FA Cup 1980. Yeah,
the Club World Cup and all that shit. Like,
it is a real
but you're not
trophy
counting it
technically,
realistically.
but it's
are you?
always before the season starts and stuff like that. So I'd always kind of think of it as
Like, you're not turning around as any other team and going, you won the FA Cup, you won the Super Cup and the Club World Cup. You're not claiming that as a treble. Like, you know what I mean?
No, exactly. Yeah.
That's
Like,
that's
even
how
with
you're
like
gonna-
that Super Cup, like the Champions League against the Europa League. Is that still a thing now since there's a Conference League?
Oh, I don't know. That was the Super Cup, isn't it?
Yeah, the Champions League against
I don't know actually how that works, because the last time 2
I
English
don't know,
teams
last year.
we played Chelsea in the Super Cup after they won the Europa League, and we won the Champions League.
It probably does still happen anyways, but still, you wouldn't be going like, that starts like 2 weeks before you start your like domestic season. You wouldn't be going like, oh, that's a major trophy under the belt, like, you know what I mean?
Like the Charity Shield.
Yeah, it
But
is
is it-
essentially
yeah.
the European version of
Of
it.
the
isn't it?
Charity Shield, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
But
yeah,
still,
so-
massive,
top form,
massive
though.
achievements.
Top
Yeah,
form,
massive.
Like, do you know what I mean? No, some people are saying, like, oh, yeah, there's no need for a third European competition. I think there is, though.
There is.
It gives, like, that mid-table to 7th place something to go for. Like,
Yeah, but even like say the likes of what? Where did you finish 14th?
Mm.
So to finish 14th and to win a major European trophy, which is what will be considered. Obviously,
it gets us into the Europa League
at
next
the moment
season as
it's-
well.
Yeah, exactly. So
we finished 14th
automatic
and
qualification.
qualified to the Europa League.
Yeah. So there's us, Brighton, and yous now guaranteed Europa League, even though there's only 2 spots.
Yeah.
So that's how it works out. Like
No, it's Villa.
Villa are in the
Brighton are
conference.
in the conference now.
No, opposite.
Oh, is it?
Villa are in the
That was the
conference.
other way around, no?
Brighton finished just below us.
Right.
Mm.
Oh, no, I thought it was the other way around for some reason.
But even still, Villa being in the Conference League is massive for them, even though they are.
Oh, they were shy to start the season. They're the third round, but yeah.
But they're legit Champions League winners. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're European Cup winners, and they are chuffed to be in the
Yeah.
Conference League because
Like, I think it's only a good thing.
it can only be once it doesn't go much further than that.
Yeah, no, it can't.
It
can't
can't
really,
go much further
like,
because
can't
then you're
really-
just you're scraping
really
the bottom of the
starting
barrel.
to like pull away at it. Like,
That's just money. That's just money.
it was
reckoning.
tough enough for us playing like Thursday night games when we were like relegation threatened there because we were like bottom at one point as well and everything.
Yeah,
And playing like Thursday night games, that was a bit of a stretch. But we actually have a good deep squad. We're just in a rut in the league.
yeah,
Whereas like the teams, if they start doing another competition, the teams that are genuinely
fucked.
floating around like mid-table and like that's an achievement for them,
Yeah.
and they're getting into a new competition, like it's probably a bit of a
Going
push.
into Europe and getting
It
relegated at the
really-
same time,
'cause
like
some of the teams we played in the group stage as well were like half of them, like some of them were nearly part-time clubs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the fuck are they going to pull another one out of? Like, do you know
No,
what I
they
mean?
shouldn't. I don't. Realistically,
No,
it
it's good
shouldn't.
though.
There's no
It gives teams like us a chance like that.
Yeah, I think there should be, and
Roma won it last year, the first one.
yeah.
West Ham won it this year. Like Fiorentina
But
in the
it's
final,
Roma's
like,
first trophy in fucking
Long
the
time
same
as
the same
well,
amount of time, like 50 odd years or something like that, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Of course, European at least. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't look quite into it, but I knew it was like a big deal for them. to
Yeah,
win
massive
that.
deal, yeah. But at the same time, like it's the whole tier situation. Like you want to win the Conference League because it's going to get you into the Europa League.
Yeah.
You win to the Europa League, and even if you have a shy finish and you win the Europa League, you're into the Champions
In the
League.
Champions League.
So it's your
Like that's an
set-
initiative to win it alone.
Yeah, so it's your
Like
second.
a trophy's great, but like
And if you qualify,
if you're having
automatically
a stinker of a season, you're already in the Champions League, but you finish third in your group.
yeah,
You're having a stinker. Look, go for the Europa League then.
yeah. Focus. You focus on this certain part of it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like if your season not turned around after Christmas
you know, you
and
can
you're
see
not
it.
getting top four,
You
win
can
the
see it
Europa
on
League.
the
no?
horizon. Like, yeah, 100%.
Like, because we obviously got into the Europa League semi-finals, but we finished seventh. We could have finished higher than seventh, but we were going for the Europa League. I could see
Yeah.
we were going for it, and our form dipped, and
In
we
the
still
league.
finished seventh.
Yeah,
So
which was enough to get the Conference League.
win the Conference League. That gets us into Europa League,
Yeah,
and
I
our
like-
season was going shite. So like,
I feel like that's all
that's
we
a
had to-
great. That turns out as a really good season. Then.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, but that's the thing. Like, you have like the likes of Arsenal who finished second with no trophy, and
There's no European football at all this year either.
but that's it. Second, no trophy, and West Ham 14th with a trophy. So who has the better season? That's that. Like realistically,
Like in terms of silverware, we had
100%.
Yeah.
I actually think like, and it's
There's
fine.
something to
It's,
celebrate. Yeah, Arsenal go right. We're back where we belong.
yeah, but
You have to get stronger next season. This could be it.
yeah, of course. Like second
But
is
like I go, fuck me. Like I'm puffed out. Me know. We look a stronger choice for players to go to as well.
yeah,
Jeez, they won something. And they're in the Europa League. Europa League's not sniffed at as bad as it used to be as well.
No.
It's a stronger competition than when like people just go, Jesus, look, Liverpool only got Europa League or United only got Europa League. That's
Yeah.
a joke for them.
but you have to
Whereas
like
now it's like most of a lot of teams that are in Europa League now were Champions League teams. They're not anymore.
man, like only last season you have Barca and fucking
Yeah,
United
yeah.
in the Europa League. Like, do you
Like,
know
we
what I mean?
could have
So-
got Barcelona in the semi-final only for Frankfurt fucking done them.
yeah.
So I don't think people are laughing at it as much as they used to. Like,
Oh, well, that's it. Like it's there's plenty of room to drop down now.
Yeah.
There's plenty of
It's
room
competitive in that way as well.
yeah. There's room to breathe basically.
Yeah.
There's room to improve also.
It's good. I like
I think it's cool. I actually enjoy it, and I had the the honor of being here. The privilege of being here while yous won yous their first trophy since the 80s.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it. We didn't
all day.
We did fuck all this season. I was happy to see another team
I was going to say
do well.
me and Amo Heggs as well. Like we've never watched the cup final together.
Yeah,
Like we've never had that
that moment.
Yeah. So like could never ever see one again.
Yeah. Well,
So I
that's
was
true.
like, that was whopper, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got to have that moment.
A
Like,
wholesome fucking moment.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good day, like.
It was like me and my dad with the. I know, obviously, Liverpool West Ham. It's a different dynamic. But even getting to watch the Champions League final, even though it was like the worst Champions League final ever, with my dad, compared to like obviously we won it in 2005. I wasn't really old enough to be
Same.
that
like,
interested.
Even
like, do you know
when
what I mean?
like West Ham were in the fucking
FA Cup.
2006 year after that, I didn't really watch football then or nothing like that. I wasn't into it.
It just wasn't a thing. Like, it wasn't.
I was more into going out skating, just doing whatever. Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But now I'm like, you appreciate this shit now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like,
Well, it's not just about football. It's about there's other things that go into it as well.
yeah, 100%.
Other like loads of other things. Like there's loads of dynamics that go into it. Whereas when it comes down to it, you could pinpoint it at it's about football, but it's not. It's about your emotions towards it. It's about your situation like your own personal situation leading up to the final. Like your year could have been shit. Your year could have been dire as fuck. But you know your team has gotten to the final, and it kind of makes things a little bit better. Like even if you lose the final,
it lifts you in a way. Like,
yeah, you know? Exactly. It's mad. It's mad how it works. Like
something to look forward to that's outside of what's going on in your own fucking shit.
Like
you know, you take yourself. Not that there actually was or anything, but like if there was, it just takes you away from everything.
Yeah.
For that like fucking day, or if you win, takes you for a couple of days, you're just celebrating, loving it. Like
you spend 9 months keeping track of this team,
thinking,
do you know what I mean? We probably won't, and being pessimistic, and then when you finally do it, it's like a fucking.
That's what me like West Ham being West Ham, we'll fucking trip ourselves up somehow. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Here we are recording first episode back
of season 4.
Sitting room.
We weren't supposed to be.
Fucking supposed to be going to Arctic Monkeys, Marley Park. Pricks.
But Alex Turner cancelled because of acute laryngitis,
which we're calling bullshit on.
Bullshit. Because they're gonna play Glastonbury.
He's got a little tickle in his throat,
and he's saving himself for Glastonbury on Friday, 100%. So we had ourselves geared up, bus booked, tickets bought, bucket hats bought for only Higgs.
Colourful shorts. White trousers are going to get their last wear out.
I had the shorts going. We were fully prepared for Arctic Monkeys at Marley Park, and they cancelled literally. It must have been about 5 o'clock yesterday. Like late yesterday. So
and we were like close enough to last minute tickets on this as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, balls.
We only got
tickets to a gig like that when you're like, resale fucking prices are through the roof. Probably not gonna go. But then when something comes about, you get them. Like, this is gonna be whopper.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this. 2 weeks ago we weren't going. Now we're going.
Yeah.
And now
we only got our tickets started a week and a half ago. And
yeah, so
we were happy as Larry, like chuffed of our nuts.
Outdoor gig is like during the summer, outdoor gig just becomes like a lawless society. Like,
but I was genuinely looking forward to it. Like, genuinely, the highs were spotting.
The highs especially. I've seen Arctic Monkeys like 5 times before, or whatever.
We seen the highs with the Offspring,
and they were like deadly,
unreal.
But then to see the hives outdoor 40,000 Marley Park boys, like, I know they're only doing a short enough set list, but
within 2 years of seeing, like barely even 2 years, a year and a half of seeing the Offspring is like a fucking definitely once in a lifetime thing. Like they don't play here, like they don't literally. I think last time they played here before the Offspring was Auction or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it would have been, and their own show was probably around the time like hate to say I told you so shit came out or something like that. So yeah, so Alex Turner, if you're listening, which I assume you are,
more than likely,
Wang.
because Wetbrain is worldwide.
Load of bollocks.
It is a bit shit. I look, I get it. I understand it.
No, bollocks.
No, I do.
There'll always be Friday night at Glastonbury. There'll always be Marley Park.
No, I understand it to the point of, yeah, like they won't come out and. I wish they would just come out and say, "This is why we're doing it." Don't come out and lie about it. Like when everybody else knows, they're just after coming back.
They have to play the PR right. They can't
But they're after doing.
They can't bring on uproar by saying we're not playing here to make sure we can play on Friday.
But
they can't do that.
3 nights back to back in the Emirates, right? The third night wasn't supposed to happen, so they're supposed to do 2 nights in the Emirates. They overbook and get a third night in the Emirates, and then all of a sudden they can't play. That was their last gig before Marley Park. That was on Sunday.
So there could have been.
So if he had have finished on Saturday and had a 2-day rest for today, it wouldn't have misdemeanor. It wouldn't be anything like. Do you know what I mean? So it's a little bit annoying.
It's frustrating in that way.
And it seems like it's a little bit down to not greed, but
bigger picture on their part, though. To be fair,
yeah, of course. But like you're playing to the same crowd 3 times. Do you know what I mean? The same crowd 3 times, and you can be guaranteed that a lot of the people that were there for all 3 days. If they were hardcore fucking Arctic Monkeys fans, they're there for all 3. They're all 3 days, like 100%.
Yeah, but that's why we then decided to take the opportune moment, impromptu podcast, and now we're back at it. Let's talk about it. The Dalai fucking Lama.
You want to go straight into the Dalai Lama?
Oh, the Dalai Lama.
Do you know what? It's nearly like world events, right? They happen very strategically between Wetbrain Cheeks seasons because
we never have to talk about.
We never ever
like nothing ever happens on a Wednesday and we record the next day going, oh my god,
no,
yesterday.
But they never even happened the week before. Like if we were recording throughout the podcast, it's usually like stupid shit like fucking Ariana Grande's in a fight with fucking whoever else. So it's never proper shit.
Or another kid gets shot in America.
Jesus Christ! But yes, but for the Dalai Lama, while on camera, to come out and tell a child to suck his tongue, my goodness! I swear to God, I've never wrote to somebody so quickly than I wrote to Owen going, that is a Wetbrain Cheeks topic if I've ever heard it in my life.
It was just a screenshot of the headline, like Dalai Lama tells young boy to suck his tongue. In quote, suck my tongue.
It's like, what the fuck?
Isn't this dude like trained to not speak for any amount of time?
Well,
then decides to fucking open his mouth, suck my tongue.
Yeah, he's like Silent Bob, like, do you know what I mean? He only comes out with like, he's only supposed to speak when he has like wisdom, and then all of a sudden he does this like open air event.
Oh man!
Like an open air event where there's cameras galore, and then all of it, he gets this young boy who has obviously had the divine right to come up and have an interaction with him, and then gives him a kiss on the cheek, a bit of a hug, and then
and that's like the normal like kind of fucking greeting or whatever.
Yeah, for like a religious situation. Yeah, 100%. Like a kiss on the cheek, a hug.
It's there,
and then as he pulls away, kiss my tongue.
Suck my tongue.
Or suck my tongue.
Suck my tongue.
What the fuck? Like
that's out there.
I wouldn't even say that to Amy.
That's out there. That's what I mean. That's out there for anyone to be saying that.
Like when you get into your situations, right, and you're in a relationship and you get weird. You know when you get weird. He's
supposed to be like the most peaceful Zen man on planet Earth, and he's asking young lads to suck his tongue.
He should be the closest.
Like that's shit you hear like some mad creepy owl lad around the fucking
down the back of the home. Like,
yeah,
suck me.
He's been on the bear for 5 days, nowhere to sleep. Suck my tongue, there, will you? But no, the Dalai Lama in front of fucking a ball of people.
In front of millions, basically, because of the cameras. Like, do you know what I mean? But his role is to basically be this. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, what I think of him as like is not the second coming, because that's the wrong word, but like the next thing best to Buddha. Do you know what I mean?
What?
To Buddha. Like, he is like the...
Yeah, so...
He is the he's like the not reincarnate, but he is like the one that has been nominated to be.
Yeah, he's basically like
to be this pure soul, basically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
this, it's almost like the middleman
of
to like
being Buddha and people. Like.
To like eternal like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right religion or not. We could be fucking
eternal life or Buddha's.
Like
I think
after like eternal peace.
Yeah, well, like Buddha
something like that, isn't it?
Buddhism is supposed to be like placid as fuck. Their religion is placid. That is their whole. There's no
like there's literally no badness.
Yeah, nothing.
All is good. Everything's pure.
And if you've anything bad to say, keep your mouth shut. Don't talk. That's literally it. Like if you have any bad thoughts, go and pray.
How did all like, of a sudden that seemed to be like just didn't fit.
And this is only after coming to me there, right?
Oh man!
And I'm gonna get a little bit dark on it, but because of his age,
is he losing the head?
Would there be a bit of dementia coming in and stuff like that? Like
it could be like he's getting like to an older stage.
I'm not excusing it.
But he's getting to like a like. I don't know, like a don't give a fuck thing, but like it can't be doing that either. But
no, like there's all people that get to an age where they don't give a fuck because they've lived a life of shitness. They've lived a life of
like he knows his role, like,
and he's famous. Like he is famous, and like let's call a spade. Like people that are in that position, like the Dalai Lama, or like say the
Pope.
They might look like they're in a position of where they sacrifice everything for their God, but they are living in luxury.
Yeah,
because of the religion. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's not like it's not like they've been living as paupers because they're so dedicated to their religion.
Yeah, it's not like they've been slumming it out of it.
No,
like,
do you know what I mean? So
fixed up, like, you know what I mean?
So you can understand a person who lives fucking 4 doors down, losing the plot and going, do you know what? I fucking hate everybody because he's living in a fucking council estate. And he's had enough. He's been living here fucking probably 70 odd years of his life, and he's just had enough.
Nothing happening. Like,
he's just had enough.
Yeah,
you can excuse that to old age. To be in the public eye and
such a looked up to worshipped figure, basically.
But to have no diagnosis that we know, mental illnesses, to ask a small boy to suck his tongue. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I think it's the most bizarre.
It's so horrendous, like it's actually, and it's
it's not funny in terms of what he did. Obviously, asking a young lad to suck your tongue is fucking horrendous. It's the Dalai Lama.
But I feel like that's a joke that like we would have made earlier on in the earlier seasons. Like, do you know what I mean? Like if we had have actually unleashed on religion, which we did a little bit, a couple of times,
steer away from it, like,
but we tried to stop.
It's not even to do with religion, man.
This is just
Dalai Lama,
a public figure.
Suck my tongue.
To ask a child to suck his tongue. Now,
like
if podcasts had been around at the time of fucking like Jimmy Savile and stuff like that, I think Jimmy Savile would have got found out way sooner than he did. I actually think so. I think if the media had been the same what it is now,
where people like doing
information is free.
Yeah,
information is free. Jimmy Savile wouldn't have lasted a minute between fucking.
Well, so say like, for example, you worked in the BBC and you fucked off and done your own thing, and you said, "Oh, I'll do a podcast." Like, say there's a whole like Spotify platform, everything.
Yeah,
we can post whatever we want to say
off your own back.
Yeah, on Spotify. No one's fucking held. Like, there's no company like producers or anything behind you. You think people would just like put it out?
100%.
Yeah.
And
not even back then, I was like, where do you go? You don't go into a radio station and be like, "Oh, let me say this about everyone."
He fucking he controlled the radio stations. That's the thing about Jimmy Savile. Literally,
you wouldn't be able to like try and get an interview set up or a newspaper.
You couldn't. You literally couldn't.
You blocked out straight away.
So it's different now, and I am not saying that the Dalai Lama is a pedophile.
I wouldn't say so. In anyways, I just think it was pure like it's fucked up and wrong and weird, but it's like a moment of pure madness, and I want to know why. Yeah, I want to know why. And there's been nothing afterwards or something like, "Oh, it was a joke." What kind of joke?
What? You're the Dalai Lama. You're in your fucking.
Everyone's watching you like fucking like
suck my tongue.
Basically, giving. I don't know what the reason he was even there, what was happening, but I assume it's something to do with like kids being like blessed, anointed, whatever way they fucking do it or some shit. I don't know.
But what's funny about that?
I don't know. Where's the joke?
Where is the
Oh,
joke?
it's
Like,
just-
we make stupid jokes all the time. We make actually close to the edge of jokes sometimes. But like, and there's
Imagine you were at like your kid's confirmation or something.
and the priest
giving out the communion.
suck my tongue. And then afterwards goes, it was only a joke.
Don't
like,
you joke? Oh no, you're all right then. Yeah, sorry.
That's not going to happen. And that's only in front of.
Don't worry about it, mate. Get us a point later. You'll be all right.
But that's only in front of 60 odd people. This
is
guy
like
did
the
it in front of
world.
millions. Like, do you know what I mean? Like literal
Suck
millions. It went
my
viral
tongue.
everywhere.
So good.
And you know, it is so good, but it's so bad also.
But it's just so good in that, like, it just happened.
Yeah, out of nowhere as well. Like,
It just somehow, some reason, it just happened.
but talk about outing yourself. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, talk about, like, you know the way people
check
like,
his hard drive.
they like people can keep secrets for their whole life, right? And like the likes of literally Jimmy Savile managed to keep it until he was dead, and then after he was dead, all his victims came out, and people came out and were able to speak about it because there was nobody stopping him because he didn't have the power anymore.
Yeah.
But talk about literally just doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like literally just going, do you know what? It's been a good ride, but Jesus, your tongue. Do you know what? Your lips need to be around my tongue. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
now that I've seen you, do you know what? Suck my tongue.
oh man, it's fucking
Maybe
mental.
there is something to it that, like, he has lost his mind or something like that. I don't know.
And I've seen
There doesn't excuse or nothing. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but like, just for some weird reason, out of the blue, Dalai Lama goes rogue.
out of nowhere. Well, from
Get him on Celebrity Big Brother.
yeah, imagine that'd be great.
Get it all out of him.
But from working in, like, I work in healthcare. I'm not like in there. I'm not on the front lines of healthcare. I'm in like the backgrounds of healthcare. But the one thing that we get, like, you end up recognizing is like when people start acting weird, like when elderly people start acting weird, it's either due to an infection. Infections make elderly people go
Whack.
mental,
Yeah.
like
Say
proper
mad,
mental. Like,
outlandish shit, like.
not even like they hallucinate. Like the smallest of infection can make an elderly person go fucking bananas.
Rack
Like,
their whole body nearly.
like
With it,
they really literally. I took a phone call.
put
Right?
them into like a confusion state, like nearly like a
Delirium.
Delirium, yeah.
But like I took a phone call from a woman one night for an example. In defense, for some reason, of the Dalai Lama, but I took a phone call from a woman one night while I was working, and she was like, "You need to get someone down to me," and I was like, "Why?" I was like, "You've had 3 carers today." I said, "Like, what's the issue?" Like, and not to be a prick, but once if
Dally's down here with his tongue.
but if the client
Wait, just to interrupt you. Is it the Dalai Lama or is his name Dalai Lama?
Dalai Lama,
Why do you say the Dalai Lama?
because it's
I
us.
thought Dalai was like
It's us.
Father Lama.
What do you mean? That surely is not his name.
No, do you know, like say just, I don't know, Father Michael. But
Yeah.
then again, you don't say the Father Michael. The Pope, like the Pope, the Dalai Lama.
Well, the Pope is different because there's only one of them. Oh yeah, I don't know.
There's 2
Maybe
Dalai Lamas
no,
now,
there's
or
only
is
one.
there?
Yeah, or maybe you could be right. You could be right there. I don't know.
We should have looked into this.
But
Anyway,
anyway, like in terms of old people, like, and I'm not without being a prick. The way we work it is if
you say that a lot.
I know, because I feel like I need to get it across, because this might sound a bit harsh, but if the client goes outside of their hours that they have been permitted by the HSE, we cannot provide them. So say if like a person has 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the lunchtime, 1 hour in the evening, and then after that hour in the evening something is wrong, we cannot go down because we're not insured to be there.
Private.
They have to contact the family member. We cannot be there. Like,
okay,
we are literally not insured to be there. So if
and then something happened on
on
one of your
site,
carers' time and they weren't supposed to be there, you're fucked.
sued.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's literally it's all to do with stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I get that. Yeah.
But this particular day, this woman, she rang me after her time, and she was like, "You need to send people back down." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I can't send people back down. You're already after having your last 2 cares of today." And she was like, "There's a mirror in my bedroom. I'm looking in the mirror, and there's people coming through it." And I went, "What?" And she was like, they're looking at me. They keep smiling. They're sitting here and they're looking at me through the mirror. And I went, fuck.
I've taken that drug before.
I was like, oh, bollocks. Like, I don't need to be hearing this. Like, this is going to trigger me into a panic attack. So I was like, what? Like, explain to me what's happened. She was like, I'm sitting in my bed. I can't move. I'm bed bound. Like, do you know what I mean? I literally cannot move out of my bed. And there's reflections of people that I don't know in my mirror looking at me smiling, right? And I was like, that is terrifying.
Smoke a joint, come down off.
That is it. But yeah, that is fucking terrifying. So I was like, there's nothing I could do. So I kept putting her on the long finger, and I was like, look, someone will be with you shortly, someone will be with you in the morning, blah, blah. Which the next call she had was, I think, 8 o'clock in the morning or something. And this was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
And that was it. That's all I can do. I can't send anybody down.
Yeah.
Because I'm not legally allowed
Yeah.
to. But in my brain, I'm going, what happens then? Like, what happens between like 9 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning? She's just gonna sit there looking at that mirror, freaking out, like
Lazy tripping balls looking at.
But I've talked to her since, and she is normal as fuck. So she was clearly had an infection or something like that, to the point where it was making her see these things. So people can go through all that shit where it makes you feel like you're fucking
You think
mental.
that's the Dalai Lama?
I feel like that
Something like that
something could have happened to the Dalai Lama. But then
Maybe.
again, he could also just be a fucking nuisance. Do you know what I mean? He could also just be a sexual nuisance.
Yeah, maybe.
A sexual nuisance is being polite. Do you know what I mean? It's a polite word for a religious
Suck
person.
my tongue. Oh man.
But there is ins and outs and stuff like that. But if you're
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, Daniel was fucking old. Like, he's old.
he's old, so if he's in the public eye, people don't care. If you're around someone that's famous, they don't care what you're going through. They want you in and around where you're supposed to be. They're pushing you into those situations to make sure you're where you're supposed to be.
It was just seen in public that he asked a kid to suck his tongue.
Suck his tongue. But
that's all you hear.
And that's all you hear. But at the same end of the spectrum, like, I'm making these suggestions based on what I know from
older people,
from just
like,
elderly, random elderly people,
and what can happen. Yeah.
But he could just been holding in this fucking paedophilia for years, like, do you know what I mean? And not even holding it in, behind closed doors. He could have been doing mad shit, but we don't know. And he just lost run of himself because he liked the look of this fucking child so much that he asked him to suck his
got
tongue.
a glimpse of their tongue.
He was just like, my God,
suck? No, he didn't even get a glimpse of their tongue. He just wanted his tongue sucked.
Those lips
look like they could suck my tongue. I don't care who knows. I want my tongue sucked.
His lips are so childlike that I don't care what the fuck is going on here. He is sucking my tongue.
Suck my tongue. He couldn't even hold it in any longer.
And he's still, like, I don't know if the
I have not heard anything after.
Nothing.
I think it happened that week, and then Blink-182 played Coachella.
Yeah, and that was all. That was on my TikTok. Yeah,
he goes, I just want to get out there. What was he saying? Like, I went over to that Dalai Lama kissing booth. It's fucking gnarly.
But like,
that was like, what the fuck?
But like, that's been it. Like, and I don't know if the Dalai Lama is like the Pope where they elect a new one. The Dalai Lama could just be the Dalai Lama until he dies.
A figure. I don't think he was made. I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Neither do I. And maybe we should have known.
Always knew Dalai Lama just always existed.
Either, yeah, since
and
we
he was
were
always
around,
that, like,
yeah.
Look up to for that. What religion is it? Buddhism.
I think it's Buddhism. Yeah,
'cause that's like the canon.
Over and
so he was just always like the head of that. The dude to look up
he's
to.
the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Barely speaks a fucking word.
No,
it does all that.
Goes around. You watch Ace Ventura 2. He's like going into like Buddhism, and he's going to that. You know what that scene where he's sitting around, the mats are around his head. That's how I pictured the Dalai Lama before he asked the child to suck his tongue.
Kids to suck his tongue.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so.
I think that was like the biggest event that's happened since we've recorded last.
Yeah, 100%. There's been
an event. Buy tickets to the Dalai Lama getting his tongue sucked.
I'd buy tickets. But, whoa,
right,
actually, you know what? I take it back.
I
take it back. That was dark. It wasn't even dark. It was just silly. But,
well, it was just straight
other than that,
check his hard drive.
Mystic Meg died.
From the papers?
Yeah, Mystic Meg, she died.
She didn't see it coming.
Oh.
Hey!
She's the only famous person that I feel like I know who has died. I feel like there is more. I just can't think off the top of my head. Like event what, like, not event is the wrong word, but you know, like a media event. No
one else died.
Mystic Meg, of importance. I know that's harsh to say, but I can't remember anybody. I know there's a couple of actors that I've seen die, but like not mainstream actors, but quite low key actors.
Someone did. Someone
like Major. Someone like Major.
In music.
In music died. Oh.
I think so.
What genre?
Ooh. Oh, my dad said it to me one day as well.
Oh, fucking Whitney Houston.
Oh, yeah,
No, not Tina Turner or Whitney Houston. One of them died.
same person, isn't it?
Yeah, different hairstyles.
No,
It's
Whitney
like-
Houston's right. Tina Turner. Yeah. Ike and Tina. Tina Turner died. But
No.
this was like, no, it is Tina Turner. And I thought she was already dead, man. We were
No, it's
talking
not.
about
It's
this.
Whitney Houston.
No, it wasn't. Whitney Houston died years ago, man, in the bath.
But I thought that was Tina Turner.
Yeah, so did I. And Tina Turner died recently, and I thought that was a bit of like one of them, what's that, Mandela effect joke. I thought she was already dead.
So did I.
Yeah, that was recent.
But
That was within like maybe a month.
a month ago. Yeah, no, I know. I remember when it
Oh,
happened.
not in a month's time. I'm not Mystic Megan or death.
But like, I remember.
No,
wasn't
I'm
that-
telling you now.
I know Ike Turner died. Oh, who was it? It was Ike Turner was Tina Turner, and then it was Bobby
Bob
something
Brown.
for Whitney Houston.
Yeah, he's still alive though.
He's still alive, but she dead.
Yeah, smoking
Right.
crack cause Bob
And
Brown.
did her daughter die as well?
Yeah,
Her daughter died, but so did Tina Turner's daughter die.
I don't know.
Man,
I know Tina Turner died recently, and I was like, I thought she was already dead. And a load of people were talking about it online that it was like a Mandela effect that everyone thought she was already dead.
Yeah, so basically, I think Bobby Brown's still alive. Whitney Houston's daughter died in the bath, and so did Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? That's what it was. They both died the same
I
way.
think so.
To where they were basically they overdosed and scorched to death.
Something like that.
But I associate that with Tina Turner.
Yeah.
So when Tina Turner died, I was like, surely this is old news. She's dead years, like.
You're a racist.
But man, no, it's not racism. It's
Racism.
like it's not. It's like Wycliffe John and Will I Am, who are
Same
basically
person.
they are the same person, man. I don't fucking care. They are the same person. I don't care. No, I don't care. That's not racism. They are the same person. They are the same person. They look alike.
Two black lads who can sing, same person.
No,
Racist.
they look alike.
No, man, yeah. Do you
I
what?
know they're not the same person, but they do.
It's pretty close.
They're very close
Yeah.
in terms of how they look. And it's something to do with skin color. It's to do with their
and you
features.
Think of, man, you're digging a hole here.
Oh, fuck off.
Think of two white people then you can say that about.
That look alike.
Yeah.
I know loads of white people that look alike.
Jesse Plemons and Matt Damon.
Yes. It looks like it could be Matt Damon's
Well,
son.
Jesse Plemons now is a big lump, but like.
Yeah. Do you know he's married to Kirsten Dunst?
Really?
Yeah. There you go.
Did not know that. But yeah, when Jesse Plemons first came to scene, can't remember what I was seeing, man.
He is like Matt Damon's younger son. Like he is 100%.
I thought they were like.
There's loads of
fake
people
ass.
like that.
I used to think, what's his fucking name? Adam Scott. I thought
yeah.
he was like a fake ass Tom Cruise going around when he was in like Step Brothers.
Yeah, I can see that. The hair and stuff like that at the time.
He was like a fake ass Tom Cruise going about.
Adam Scott. No, I don't know. There is. I wish I had known we were going into because I would have dived deep. I would have dived deep. There's loads of like white people.
Will Ferrell and the drummer from Chad Smith from they actually do
Red Hot
look
Chili Peppers. Look, the spit.
Like
Zoe Deschanel, or not Zoe Deschanel, Emily Deschanel and Katy Perry. Zoe Deschanel's sister.
Yeah, that's actually alright. Yeah,
They look the spit of each other.
Margot Robbie and your one, that Chong one out of that's Sex Education or something.
Yeah, and you know you're one out of. Have you ever seen?
The Rain. I
No,
want to know.
what's it called? Ready or Not, where they play hide and go seek at her wedding and they're all trying to kill each other.
What?
I think she's also Australian for some reason. She looks the spit of Margot Robbie. She's actually, I think she's going to get quite big.
Like fat.
Yeah, maybe. Everyone has it in them to get big boned. Like I didn't think I'd ever get fat, but here we are.
I'm not gonna comment on my weight.
Yeah.
Because I'm on diet. But
You look great.
oh, cheers.
You look great.
I had to buy a t-shirt today. It was 2XL. That was it. Done.
But that with that shirt on, you don't look like you're wearing like a.
Yeah, it's big though. That's why.
Yeah, but you can't
Big
tell.
though. You can't like.
You can't tell.
Yeah, that's why you wear bigger stuff.
Yeah, but when
It
I
just
wear
brings
bigger
you down.
stuff,
I like tighter clothes.
no, but it's all right. But when I wear baggy stuff, you can still see my protruding belly, like because I think because my shoulders aren't wide, it literally just drags onto my belly, like, do you know what I mean? So I don't have like wide set shoulders. Like, look, right. See, even if I baggy it out, you can still see the outline of my belly.
Oh, I think all right now.
I'm soaking it in a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Maybe we should start smoking weed again.
I had this right.
Well, not so much we.
Well, no, I had a thought. Literally,
Once in
not
my
last
life.
night, 2 nights ago. And I got this like over because usually when I think it,
I've been thinking, and you don't generally, you don't want that.
no, yeah, no, I don't like because usually when I think of smoking weed, it gives me the heebie-jeebies because you know me, I smoked it for so long, and I smoked it every day for so long, to the point where it actually turned on me, and I couldn't smoke it anymore.
It done the opposite of what you want to be smoking for.
It did the opposite of what it's supposed to do to people. So it
turned on you.
It came to the point where there was no point in me smoking weed anymore. So I haven't smoked weed properly since 2012. So that's 11 years that I haven't smoked weed properly in. But which is actually, now that I think about it, rock on me. I've replaced it with alcohol and everything else. But here we go.
Yeah.
But I found myself the other night, I was sitting on the laptop, I think I was working, and I was like, do you know what?
Sitting on the laptop.
I was sitting on it, and I was like, I need some weed. I was thinking to myself, I think maybe if in a controlled environment like my own house, where it's just me, Amy, and the kids, I might be able to tolerate a joint.
And blow it in the kids' faces.
Like, yeah, of course, absolutely. Like, I'm not just gonna let that opportunity pass by. Like, do you know what I mean? But I felt like in my head,
That's how I watch Finding Nemo.
yeah,
That's hotboxing.
But like in my head, I was thinking, usually I get like the heebie-jeebies. I get like this unnerving feeling when I think about it, and then I didn't get that. I got a feeling of like maybe I could get away with that every now and again, not all the time, because I couldn't get away with it all the time. I know I couldn't.
But even a proper smoke out, it's like
a pinner.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Just a chill
and see how it affects me and stuff like that. And I did think about that.
I've kind of thought, like, I've thought about it once. So I was like, it wouldn't be like the way people are going about. I had a smoke and watched a film. I flaked out, was grand. I was like, that actually sounds good buzz.
Yeah,
but I just want to be like that zoned into watching something like it could actually be like for a relaxing.
I haven't
almost medicinal fucking reason, if you know what I mean.
I haven't watched a film as good as when I was smoking weed. So I can tell you literally word for word every film that I watched pre-2012, but every film I watch after that,
it's a bit hazy.
It's just another moment, like, it's just another
good movie. Yeah. What was it like? Just give it a watch.
You know yourself, like, just watch it.
I won't tell you, and you just watch yourself there. Yeah,
I don't want to ruin it. But that is true. Like, when I stopped smoking weed, I moved to a different county, and I basically cold turkeyed off weed. But my main thing was boredom. So I literally sat there and I watched.
There was more hours in the day.
Oh man, I literally sat there and I watched hour after hour of House, and I watched random.
But it didn't feel satisfying.
No, I used to go down.
It was like you were killing time to watch it rather than like into what you were watching.
I was just killing time to go to sleep to get to the next day. So it was literally like I was just trying to get through the day, and the way I did, and
you're clinically depressed.
I know that. So yeah, but I know that sounds so extreme for someone who was just smoking weed. But obviously, I wasn't just smoking weed. But
it's a different mindset into what you were already doing.
This is how the weed made me feel. But so what I used to was I was on the dole at the time, so I used to go down, get me dole, spend it on DVDs, and I used to just hyper focus on the DVDs that I bought up until the next week. So like, say I bought 2 DVDs out of my dole.
Wait, is this when you were smoking or not smoking?
No, this is when I was trying to get off smoking.
Yeah.
I got it, and I was still buying DVDs when I was smoking.
Yeah, that's all. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. But when I moved down to Cork, I go and I buy 2 DVDs, and I'd hyper focus on those 2 films for the whole week. So like 7 days, I was just rotating these 2 films, and then the next week I'd do the same thing again, and it was just.
I think it was partly they were being skint, probably.
Which
when you were doing that,
buying the 2 DVDs and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You said you're on the dole.
Oh yeah. No,
and you're like, but like, if you had more money, you'd probably like, maybe I could go do this or this or this.
No, to be honest,
in a way, if you know what I mean, though.
No, because when I moved to Cork, I kind of purposely moved myself into a situation where, I did know people, but I couldn't actively find stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't, like up here, I would have been able to get stuff so easy, like literally so easy. And then I moved to Cork, and the way it worked down there was you really had to get in with somebody.
Effort.
Yeah, you had to get in with somebody and know somebody to get whatever you wanted.
Man.
So I wasn't into it. Like, I wasn't into it to do it. So I literally just went cold turkey.
That is like the handiness of the.
But man, it was so boring. That was the main thing. It wasn't.
Yeah, but you're purposely isolating as well. So it was like
you
were taking everything away from yourself nearly.
Yeah, I didn't take alcohol away. I remember that.
That's what I mean. You drink cans and stuff or whatever, and fucking But like. You did move away from all your mates as well, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, but
so that would be on your mind, like.
I felt like that's what I had to do.
Say if a couple of your mates moved down there with you, just for like a hypothetical situation, right?
Yeah.
Say you moved down there and you were getting off smoking it, and some of your mates that moved down that don't smoke it anyways. You'd be out doing fucking random shit or
random
something.
shit,
You probably wouldn't think about it more.
Yeah.
Because you were like nearly isolating yourself from everything in a way.
Yeah,
it was probably more time to think about it then as well.
Yeah,
because in there baked.
You're weaning yourself off this thing, and then you're also thinking about how much you missed that thing. So, and I know, like, there's people out there who are doing stuff like that for heroin and stuff. So I would never belittle that. But what I went through for just weed, like this is, I will always put it down to, I will always explain it as just weed, because that's how much of an issue it is, because people think that weed is fine, and if you get to a certain point with weed, it's not fine. So it's not just weed. Like, when I say just weed, it's to prove a point. It's never just weed. If you get to a certain point in your life where weed is literally having an adverse effect on your mental health, not physical health, mental health,
it's doing a negative on you, like.
But most people will continue on. They'll continue because they feel like that's the norm. That's their thing. Like,
that's the norm, yeah.
But if you get yourself out of that situation, now, I'm by no means a fucking role model in that sense, because I've done everything else since.
And it's different on person to person, like, obviously, which is every drug, like even drink, every drug, and everything has a different effect on people. Like, do you know what I mean?
100%.
People always go, but weed is more like natural, normal, doesn't fuck you up. It's more chill. It's more of that. It is for a lot of people, and people who fucking have it for that, like,
of course.
Because I think, like you were saying, think about, like, so I was like, I kind of like the idea of coming home from work
and smoking a joint, and go to bed,
chill and watch telly, and just like, grand.
Yeah, man. Do you know what I mean? Same. But do you know what? I think I would have been able to do that only for I fucked myself up. Like, I literally fucked myself up.
Well, I think it nearly became dependent on it in a way.
I did and I didn't. I don't think I was necessarily dependent on it. I think I was so focused on getting stoned that it was having. And then when getting stoned was doing bad stuff to me, like, it wasn't doing bad stuff to my body, it was doing bad stuff to my head.
Throwing the head out of fucking whack.
When that started happening, I still couldn't differentiate. Like, I still kept trying to smoke. And then every time I tried to smoke, I would have the same reactions. So then I kind of, I don't know, if to give myself a pat on the back, I kind of noticed it and went, this is not good. I was like, this is not good. Like, and then
there's no other factor to it apart from
badness.
Like, you know what I mean? There's no other. As in, like, it's not that like you're getting full and smoking, or like, it was just smoking is giving me this reaction, nothing else.
Yeah. Nothing else. Like, it was literally like I blamed smoking weed on me developing panic attacks. Yeah. And they lasted.
Whereas a lot of people would say to you, like, oh,
they would calm down panic attacks.
And then for a lot of people it is.
They do. And they do. Like, this, I am not disputing the science behind smoking weed.
But I'm all for it.
What's happening?
But who it works for and who it suits.
Absolutely.
I can't smoke it.
But what's happening
I cannot 100%.
What's happening now is, you know, with the likes of weed is being more socially accepted. Weed is being legalized everywhere.
Left, right, centre, different places, yeah.
Being legalized, which is absolutely fine. But what they're doing is they're legalizing it and making the THC aspect of weed stronger. And THC part of weed is what's making people go fucking loopy.
That's the shit that does to your head, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Well, obviously, if you're like, obviously,
well, so the other bit's the CBD shit, isn't it?
CBD is the kind of natural compound.
That's legal. You can get that as like a supplement.
Yeah. So CBD is the natural compound, and then the THC is the kind of the drug compound.
Yeah, the actual drug part of it. Yeah.
But you and me,
that's what gives you the high. Is the THC. So when you say high, you sound like a geek.
I know, but that is literally what it is. Like, the THC gives you the high, the CBD gives you the actual benefits.
Yeah.
But which is why when people are like, it's good for you. Yeah, it is.
If it's the
but
right,
not that part of it.
Yeah.
But it's very, like, there's a grey area in terms of, like, say, people that use it for when they're going through cancer and stuff like that, and they're smoking weed and they're using it to mellow out, and they're getting the CBD and the THC. Not only are they,
and that's to keep their
they're mellowing out their mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're also getting the benefits of it.
Yeah,
and
it's supposed to help with like not vomiting and stuff like that.
The nausea and stuff. Yeah, 100%. And that is fine. I 100% believe in that. But people that are using it for recreational use, we know people that have been smoking it
forever,
20 years at least, non-stop 20 years, and it has had no effect. And then I know people, including myself, that smoked it non-stop for 5 years and can't smoke it anymore.
Like, I'm done.
Can't smoke it anymore. Like, literally cannot smoke it anymore. So it does have that effect on, it has that random effect on people.
Well, if it's to do with your, like, your
mindset,
because it does alter your mindset, like, do you know what I mean? So I think, like, we talked about stuff like that before, your mind, like, everyone's different, so everything's going to react different.
Yeah, 100%. If you're,
you know what I mean?
If things are hardwired in your brain differently, then
smoking different strains, different.
Your mate across the road.
I am talking like, I have no idea what I'm fucking talking about, really.
No, but you're right.
But like, that's it, and that's when it's legalized as well. It's a controlled.
Yeah.
Like, you buy what
strength you're looking for. Yeah, of course.
Whereas you're buying, you don't know.
It's the same. Like, if you go over to Amsterdam, you can literally ask them, what's not gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
And they will tell you.
And that would be the same as if you're in them, like, whatever they call them, fucking
dispensaries. Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
What's not going to make me go into my own head? And you can look.
You can look at some lad, you know, and he goes, this one's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
You smoke, you're like.
But you know, like, if someone's going to say that to you, you know you're not going to go for it. Like, if it's legal, and you go into a dispensary or like a coffee shop in Amsterdam, and you're like, should I get this? And they're like, it depends on your tolerance.
What do you smoke? How much you smoke?
Yeah, exactly. Then no, and you shouldn't. You like genuinely shouldn't.
Definitely don't smoke.
No.
Then or don't. Yeah. I know. Like I was saying though, I do think I like the idea of it.
Yeah, me too. Like, genuinely.
I wish you could find like a middle ground or something on it. Like,
I actually like.
I just cannot.
I like the idea of it more now than I did when I was smoking it.
Yeah, because you were just smoking it to smoke it.
Yeah, well, it's kind of what.
But you wanted to smoke, but a lot of time you're like, having money, no one's got it, something like that.
Yeah,
when you get it,
there was always
brains out yourself.
Yeah, there was always a thing. Like, there was always a fucking situation.
Whereas now you're like, you'd understand it a bit more in terms of like, I'd actually like that as a fucking chill out thing. Not my whole day is gonna be smoking.
But I also understand my own brain, which is what I think.
Yeah, I think
is a major factor in it. Like, I think, like, for weed smokers, like, say,
look, we're just getting old.
We are getting old, and I appreciate that. But it's about the fact of, like, say, I started smoking weed when I was 14.
Yeah.
But I didn't start smoking weed heavily until I was about 15, 16. And from that moment, I went hardcore.
Yeah.
But it's mad. It's literally what you're, like, say, you're told in all these fucking stupid run of the mill drug talks of guards and wherever you're getting your education, where they're like, weed is just a gateway, and I'm not talking about weed being a gateway, but where they're talking about
it impairs you from young. Like
it's
fucking,
if your brain is not developed enough, it's gonna have an effect, and I genuinely think that is right.
oh, 100%
I
it is.
genuinely believe that is right,
100% it is.
because
That goes for anything. Do you know what I mean? But like,
100%. But I feel like if I had to start smoking weed,
but weed's more like just the acceptable wood. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah, 100%. I feel like if I started smoking weed at 25,
Kind of appreciate it more.
I'd be no, I would be is the wrong word, but I might be a little bit more adjusted than what I feel like I am now, because I feel like I might be able to go to other things rather than my thing to go to is drink,
Yeah.
and it has been for a long time.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, you come home from work. I'll have a few beers, chill out.
Yeah,
Come home and have a smoke, chill out.
it's not the same effect on
Whereas
your body.
you, Devin, but me, that would not be. No, I'd rather eat shit than fucking come home and have a joint after work. Like, you know what I
No,
mean?
me too. Like
I'd rather give me that wank.
yeah, I'd rather give your dad a wank as well, but like,
You do that anyway.
yeah, I know, but oof, it's big. But no, that's the. But that is literally what I'm talking about. It's imagine having that option.
I think I would like to have that option.
So basically, what we're admitting on this podcast is that we are going to try this one night,
Smoke joints.
but not in this setting. In my house setting.
Alright.
No,
You saying it like that all aggressively?
no, I mean like in terms of like where there's nobody coming in and out. Do you know what I mean? Like where there's, like say, Dino Hayes can't come in and out, your dad can't come in and out.
Just have a smoke.
It's literally just me and you have a smoke.
Watch Californication.
Well, we could if you wanted,
Yeah.
but something
You
like
watched
that.
the whole season. Man, we sound like total nerds talking about this. Like,
It's not. I actually feel really, really strongly about. I don't know how we've never talked about it before, because I genuinely feel.
look,
really
I'm mad straight. Everyone was like, do you know the way, like, as well, 4 years ago, you used to be smoking that. I'd have a smoke, which is not like a peer pressure thing. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Then I feel like, oh, bollocks, I shouldn't have smoked that. I can't fucking hack this at all.
Yeah,
but you'd never say it then. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Years and years ago, you'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to let people know that you're fucking halfway to fucking green here.
Because
like, you know what I
sometimes
mean?
if you feel like you admit it, you go further into the
Yeah,
green.
so I'm like, just leave it be.
Yeah.
Let it ride it out. Whereas now I'm like, lads, I can't smoke, can't go there. Doesn't agree with me, not from my head.
No.
No way.
I
Not
literally,
at all.
I'm just like literally.
Cannot do it. And people are like, what? No way. I would have thought you. I was like, no, not a chance.
No, I've no problem admitting now. Like genuinely,
Yeah.
no problem, because
I'd be like,
I know how
stay away from me, well.
I know how I'm gonna feel, and I know how my brain is gonna feel.
And ain't
So it's
nobody's going to want to see this, I can tell you that.
But it's not worth it. It's actually not. But that feeling that I had the other night was not. It's not a feeling of anxiousness, which is what I usually get. It was a feeling of, okay, maybe it's worth a try again. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's
Just
worth a.
For an option.
Maybe it's worth a bash to see if I can, like, not a fucking smoking session, a joint.
A lazy Sunday,
Joint.
everyone's bed.
Kids go to
I'm
bed.
watching a movie
Have
here.
a joint. Yeah, exactly. And see how I feel about it.
Rather than sitting there drinking cans and like groggy head and you. Do you know what I mean? I really think we should go back to the Dalai Lama.
What do you mean? Like, can't go back to him.
No, I mean, like, just the absolute magnitude of it.
Well, I know I said a lot of hearsay.
We've had a little break. We went for a little wee break, and I did some research in that time.
Okay.
Right.
You did.
So I was right. It is the Dalai Lama, in a way.
So he is like the Pope.
Dalai Lama is the leader.
Yeah.
Right. Dalai Lama is a title given to the Tibetan people. Right. Yeah. The foremost spiritual leader of the... It looks like it says Gulag, but I know that's not right.
So he's the Tibetan Pope, basically.
Yeah, he's the head of the school of Tibetan Buddhism.
Right.
And he's the 14th Dalai Lama. And his name is actually Tenzin Gyatso. Now, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
Nope.
There's no need for the accent. And he lives in exile as a refugee in India.
I don't believe that.
He lives in complete exile, apparently.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Like, I don't feel like that. Like, yes, I get that is borderline part of their religion is to live by basic amenities. Like, that's their whole thing. Like,
this thing it says here, how much does the Dalai Lama earn? He does not have an income. His power comes from the position he holds within the religion. Dalai Lama takes a vow of poverty. He lives off the resources the monastery and the government provide him.
So he's on the dole.
Yeah.
He's on the dole. Like, that is literally it. He's
probably a larger dole since he's the Dalai Lama.
That all I heard there was he has a farm and he's on the dole. Like, that's all I heard there. Like,
he sits around like trimming up them fucking bonsais and then gets
a scratch.
Gets
a scratch, and then I was like, you know what? That kid's lips are excellent.
Man, the Dalai Lama is often seen wearing a Rolex.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
because he's one with nature.
I took a vow of poverty. Where the fuck's my Rolex? I'm going around with fake WWE belts. You know what I mean? Fuck off. The Dalai. What the fuck?
What else?
What else you want to know?
I just don't believe it now. Like, I know I tried to defend it in a sense. I just want to see both sides of the story where I talked about not just the Dalai Lama but elderly people not knowing what the fuck they're doing. But there is also the other end of the spectrum where people do know what they're doing and they're just fucking creepy bastards. Yeah. Simple as, like.
I'll look into that then. Suck my tongue.
What happened to the Dalai Lama from that instance?
He apologised, apparently.
Oh, great.
So it's there's one bit that says the Dalai Lama criticised for. I would imagine so.
Criticised for asking a child to suck his tongue.
Yeah. Oh man, this is like what? The interaction took place. Blah 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 blah. I know this is not interesting to listen to, but
I'm just.
One of the young male students approached a microphone at the event and asked the Dalai Lama, "Can I hug you?" And then
he took that one step further.
Motion to his cheek, he is heard saying, "First here," and he goes, "I think also here," and then planted a kiss on his lips. And he said, "And suck my tongue."
Oh my god! Like, he actually said
kiss
those.
My cheek, kiss my lips.
And
suck my tongue.
But like, that's not like, you think that we.
This is a man of no words.
But you think that we are dramatising that and suck my tongue. But that was literally the words out of his mouth. Suck my tongue. And suck my tongue. Like, do you know what I mean? As well as the kiss on the cheek, lips. Suck my tongue.
This here, and suck my tongue. For a student, the boy quickly stuck out his own tongue and went to move away, while the Dalai Lama laughed and pulled the boy in for another hug as the audience laughed.
Televised paedophilia.
What?
Televised paedophilia. That's what that was like.
Apology from his innocent and playful is what he said.
Oh yeah.
In a statement, His Holiness, in a statement, it said in a statement, His Holiness wishes to apologise to the boy and his family, as well as his many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused.
It wasn't his words.
His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way, even in public and before cameras. He regrets the incident.
Good grief.
He often teases people.
Oh my god, that makes it sound so much worse. That actually makes it sound so much worse. Like, I heard a story right the other day.
What?
And this is
mental.
This is not as hardcore as the Dalai Lama. But I know a person who is sending their child to creche.
Sending.
Oh. Sending their child to creche, and their child is only recently in creche. So
What do you mean to creche?
To
a creche?
To a creche. They go to work.
You were saying that as if there's only one creche.
No. They're
to creche.
They're sending them to creche. Like, creche is not...
To a creche.
They're sending them to a creche.
Or the creche.
No, a creche.
Because you'd be specifying... You don't just say to creche.
They're
creche
sending
is not
them
just one thing.
to an establishment where they're supposed to look after children while the parents are.
I know what a creche is, but you don't just say.
What's your problem then?
Listen, what I just even said there is like, I know what a creche is. I didn't say I know what creche is. There's not just one creche.
No, but creche is nearly like a verb at this stage. Like, it's a doing word. You're sending them to creche. Like, do you know what I mean? Isn't that a verb?
I don't think
a verb
so,
is a doing word. Isn't it?
Creche.
You're going
to creche.
The child is going to creche.
It's not like saying, child's gone to school.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is, though. That is what it is now. Because they're more like going to creche. It's like play school. You're going to creche. You go to play school. You go to school. You go to secondary school. You go to college.
It sounds like an English.
Then you hate yourself.
Just leave, like, where's school? In creche. In the creche. In a creche.
Okay, so a person that I
At the
know
creche.
is sending her child to a creche.
Alright, now we understand.
Okay, yeah.
Now I get what you're talking about.
She's sending her child to a creche while she's in work. And basically, the other day, she went to pick up said child from the creche that said child is in. And the child is brought out by not his teacher. Like, I know teacher is a strong word for a creche, but not his handler, basically. There's probably a couple of them in the creche.
The creche.
The creche. The creche.
Some of them but you said that involuntarily. You didn't think about that. You didn't just automatically go in creche.
Yeah, because of context. Anyway, this person brought them out. Brought her son out, and her son was really happy to be around this person, as babies are, like, just in a good mood. And as the staff member was handing over the baby, she was like, "Oh, we'll see you tomorrow. Will you give us a kiss?" And as this person looked on to see how this was going to pan out, like, was it on the cheek, it's going to be on the forehead, she kissed him directly on the open mouth lips. And she was freaked out by it. In my opinion, I would also be freaked out by it. That's wrong.
That's mad bizarre for me.
It's wrong. I feel like that's wrong.
It definitely is.
It's weird.
100%.
Like,
hug. That's as far as it should be.
Kissing the cheek is not that bad. It's
an innocent. If the kid does it,
yeah,
unprompted,
innocent.
If you know what I mean, say like hug, and then the kid kisses the.
Yeah.
You let it be, because it's just an affection. That's all from the kid, just being like, great day, whatever. We had fun.
Kid has been the kid. Kid has been the kid.
There's no any different. But the dude,
no, it wasn't a dude. It was a girl.
Oh, sorry, it was a girl.
But male.
Oh, it was a son.
Male child, girl, a staff member.
Yeah. And she was like,
"Can I have a kiss? Give me a kiss before you go." And they kissed each other on the mouth.
You would nearly think, "I'll give it before you go." You go like a mess, like not even.
No, it wasn't like a straight lip kiss.
If it's girl, kid, girl teacher, still weird.
I think any variation of it is weird because of how young they are.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think the older you get,
they're like,
if it's girl,
like they might build a relationship, but still at the end of the day, a stranger.
Yeah, but lips on lips is weird for, like, even
parents is actually weird sometimes.
Sometimes it depends. It depends on the scenario.
No, it's not weird, but it can be seen as weird. I don't think it's weird if it's your parent.
It can be seen as weird,
but like, it'd be weird if it was like my auntie and I was a
And you had a
4-year-old
child.
or something like that.
But not even
it wouldn't be that weird, but you'd be like,
if you had a child and your auntie was minding them and she decided to just plant a big fucking L smackaroo on the lips, it's weird.
it would be, unless it was like grab their head and like a joke or something.
Yeah.
Like you think like a one-off or messing, like, you know what I mean?
But this person, this is their job. They are being paid to do this.
Yeah,
It's weird. It makes it
That's
weird.
so fucking weird.
And when she told the story,
Like, that is like 1,000,000% over the line.
100% over the line.
And like you said, whatever variation of it.
No matter what, like even further on down the line, if the child ends up a bit older or something like that, no matter if it goes girl on girl or fucking like boy on boy or boy girl or girl boy, no matter what the situation is, it's still weird as fuck. Like it's just weird. Like, I don't think a person who has no affiliation to the child should be
And sure, if you're in,
open to do that.
if you're in creche, you're only there for like a couple hours, maybe an hour, 2 hours.
6 hours max.
Oh, I thought that's the one where like
No, creche
there's
is
an after school version, isn't there?
no, a creche is kind of like you can pay for as long as you need.
Say
them
you
to
have
be
to go
there.
to work for the day, you drop them in.
Yeah, so you can go. You can go
It can be
nine.
2 hours, 6 hours.
You can go 9 to 5 if you want, but
That's when they're open.
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah.
but most of the time it's like Ma drops them to work, drops them to creche, and Dad picks them up.
Because
So
he's
that kind
home,
of-
he's home
he's home
earlier or
earlier and
something
stuff
like
like-
that.
yeah. So it doesn't
It'd
work
be rare
out like
enough
that.
it'd be a full day, but
Yeah.
it could be whatever. It doesn't.
But it
it's-
does
that's
work out.
spec-
Sometimes there is full
There
days.
could be only like a couple of hours there, like.
Yeah, so sometimes it does work out like that, but that's fucked up. I was actually
Yeah.
borderline horrified because I was like, I get it, and I get the familiarity, and I think some people might be different, but every person I've asked about this has not thought that it was okay.
Oh.
Like, not one person has thought it was okay. Not one. Like, not like, so for that person to think it was okay to do it in front of their parent on the way out of dropping them out.
Look, I mean, I'll say, you know, they obviously weren't. Some people are just ridiculously over nice as well. I think that's,
yeah, I know. I get that.
that's normal, but like it's most definitely not.
No, I know. I get it. It's and
You know what I mean? And I always,
But more than
I
likely-
don't know why. Right now, this is gonna sound. I always find, not always, but a lot of time, like you kind of have your doubts about some people who work around children in a way. If you know what I mean. Not have your doubt, but like. I don't know. I think it's an.
you kind of ask yourself why do you want to work around children?
Yeah,
What
in like
draws you to this line of work?
yeah,
Like,
maybe you're just like
I get it.
you
Like,
like to see
but-
kids develop and be happy and blah 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 and like
I think that's just us. I
maybe.
do think that's just us because I'd be the same. I would be the same, but I do
I think
think
it's more just because I know I would in no way, shape, or form ever want to work in that line of work because it'd just be like
hey man, I don't even like
hellish and it'd be weird or something. I don't know.
my own kids. Never
Yeah.
mind other people's kids. Like, do you know what I mean?
So sometimes I was like, I don't know. Why are you so happy to do this job?
Why is this your profession? Like,
Like,
why did you
are
go
so
into, yeah,
happy about this?
100%. No, I
I'd
get
rather
it.
see people work around kids and be like,
Hate it.
fucking
Hate it.
arseholes, get these away from me. I'm like, yeah, you're doing it because you're just qualified in this and you need to make money.
Yeah,
I'm
that
with
make
you.
you feel a
I'm
bit
with
better.
you
Like,
now.
yeah.
Wetbrain Cheeks.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so maybe it's harsh to say. Like, some people do just take genuine happiness
in developing young minds type
and
shit,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's
I get the wariness. I do get the wariness. Like, but I also get like there's women, women. I don't know why I'm targeting women there, but it generally seems to be women that are in that line of work. And I've had
do
my.
you think it comes across weird if it's like a dude?
Not necessarily
No.
if he's gay.
Oh, what the hell, man.
No, I'm only messing. I'm only messing. No. I'd appreciate if someone is legitimately, like, if you can tell that he is just happy with his job, or if anybody's just happy with their job, then you're okay.
Your child's happy and,
And
that, like, do you know what I mean? But
if your child's coming home and going, fucking David taught me this and we had the best day ever, I'm
Fine,
okay
yeah,
with that.
grand.
Like, I'm okay with that.
But just don't know, when you see them so ecstatic around, like you don't, but it's the back of your mind a little bit, you're just like, why?
But I think that's the way we're
Maybe
conditioned.
we're just
I think that's
pricks.
the way we're conditioned. Like, I think that we are conditioned to feel sus. We're conditioned to feel suspicious of
maybe.
situations like that.
Maybe
Like,
maybe that's more on us than it is actually on them. Like, do you know what I mean? But
it's like male nurses. Like, literally, like,
no,
male
I'm
nurses.
not. I'm not on that.
Okay, but regardless of that, I sent my 2 kids to a play school, and it wasn't until both of the children were in the play school that we realised that they were a heap of shy, because it was nearly like they just couldn't. It was like they took on more than they could handle.
Right.
So there was no attention being paid to. Now, I'm not saying that.
You almost let them run amok, kind of.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that our children should have been at the forefront. I'm saying that they should have got equally as much attention as some other people.
Yeah.
Which
Resources were not.
No, they didn't have enough people working there, and that is literally what happened. And loads of things fell by the wayside. So Maisie ended up missing out. So when Maisie went to big school, it's junior infants, we took Bonnie out of that play school and sent her to a different play school, and she has just like a fucking sunflower, just developed
like
so much better. Like,
floors from it, like.
it's outrageous. And like, I was the one that was sticking up for them for ages, because I always thought it was just Amy being over dramatic and being like, oh, so just leave it, like, do you know what I mean?
But then you see the difference.
And then I was like, oh, you might actually be onto something here. Like, these people have no interest in doing their job at all. So there's a fine line between people who don't want to do their job and who do want to do their job. So you're looking at people who is over enthusiastic, and you're looking at them and going, pedophile, and then which is what it is. And then
again, is that what?
and the brew, and then you go to the other end of the spectrum, and then they go, they're arseholes. They're not actually looking after your child. So
Still don't need to kiss them on the lips.
well, it could have better than sucking your tongue.
Dalai Lama.